Alors, bienvenue
Welcome.
à nos amis
Welcome,
Eugene et des
our friends
États-Unis.
from Eugene, USA.
Je vous signale que je parle français. Hein. Vous
I'm
pouvez mettre
speaking
aux
in French, so maybe you'll
En tout
need...
cas, quand je parle français.
When I speak French, so maybe you'll need headphones.
Anglais ou américain, là. Je parle français. Alors donc,
I don't expect you
nous
to speak
réjouissons
English
de
or
vous avoir
American.
avec nous.
I'm
Je vous donne la
delighted
parole
having
pour faire
you
votre
here with us,
présentation.
and you have the floor
Merci
to make
de
your
votre
presentation.
candidature.
Thank you for
Alors,
your
vous avez la
candidacy.
parole.
You have the floor.
Madame la Présidente.
Thank you, President. As some of
Merci,
you know,
Président.
I have attended every World Championship since the very
Moi, j'ai
first one back
participé
in
à chaque championnat du
1983.
monde depuis le premier en
But as you
83.
all know, none of
Mais
those
comme vous le
championships
savez,
have been held
aucun de
in my
ces
own country.
championnats n'ont
I am
lieu dans
truly
mon pays.
excited to
Je suis
think
vraiment
that that could change.
ravi de voir que-
I want you to know that I fully support the USA bid for the 2019 World Championships. I think it is an excellent bid for the IAAF. I believe that Eugene would make an excellent host city for our World Championships. The Eugene 2019 bid team will explain why, and ladies and gentlemen, the president of TrackTown USA, Vin LANANNA.
Good morning, everybody. It's good to see you in Monaco. The last time we saw you all together was in Eugene. So we're happy to see you here in Monaco. President Diak, distinguished members of the IAAF Council, and dear friends, we're honored and really privileged to provide for you our bid for the 2019 World Championships and our vision and our story. I am Vin LANANNA. I am the president of TrackTown USA. I'd like to introduce our team first. And it's a great team. It's a small team, but it's a team that represents an entire community that loves the sport of track and field and a nation that loves track and field. So let me introduce them now. Please welcome Stephanie HIGHTOWER, President of USA Track and Field. Kate Brown. Kate Brown is the Oregon's Secretary of State. Max Siegel, CEO, USA Track and Field. Paul WEINHOLD, the University of Oregon Foundation President and CEO. Michael Reilly. Michael Reilly is TrackTown USA's CEO. You all know, 9-time world champion and one of the co-chairs of TrackTown USA's Athletics Commission, Allyson FELIX. And to her left, the great 7 times world champion, world record holder, and Oregonian, Hicham EL GUERROUI. So let me begin by saying that the Eugene that you saw in 2014, when you were there for the World Juniors, will be radically changed in 2019. And there's many reasons for that. The first is that there is a construction boom in the housing and hotel industry. Also, the University of Oregon just kicked off a $2 billion campaign that just began 1 week before the commission arrived in Eugene. As a result, Hayward Field will be a brand new facility. It'll be renovated to seat 32,000 people, and it will be, we hope, it will be one of the best in the world. It will, I can assure you today, it will meet all IAAF specifications. Our university residence halls, which will be the place where we will set up an Olympic-type village, a world championship village for your athletes, will be completely redeveloped. Mr. President, we have heard your voice, and we have accepted your challenge to bring the 2019 World Championships to the United States of America. We want to do this. In TrackTown USA, we work on track and field 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We can do this. We have a plan, and an innovative plan, I might add, and the resources which are transformative. We will sell out every event every single day, and our enthusiastic and knowledgeable crowds will give the athletes an unrivaled experience. Each one of our decisions that will be made during the 2019 World Championships will have the athlete's best interests at its core. Even our Oregon weather will be phenomenal in August. So with that note, I'd like to turn it over to my colleague, the President, USA Track and Field, Stephanie Hightower.
Thank you, Vin. President Diak, ladies and gentlemen of the Council, my brothers and sisters, I'd like to begin today's conversation with a personal statement. I have no doubt that hosting the World Championships in the United States for the first time in their 31-year history would be a transformative milestone for all of us, not only in the U.S., but around the world. And it would launch a new era in the history of athletics globally. I say that with full confidence because I know how the American people will respond when Team USA competes against the world's greatest track and field stars on U.S. soil. Hosting the IAAF World Championships will put athletics in the headlines of the world's most competitive, high-profile, and lucrative market, the United States of America. And it would give this sport, our sport, a legacy to build on for the future in the U.S. and worldwide. First, let me say we want to do this. We want to do this. And why Eugene, Oregon? Because it's the heart and soul of athletics in the United States and the place where we entrust the most important events of our sport. And we hope that you will too. In Eugene and all of Oregon, there is a deep-seated love for track and field that brings the community together for consistently sold-out events. At the IAAF Diamond League Prefontaine Classic, you all know, the USA Outdoor Championships, the National Collegiate Championships, and even our own Olympic trials. When you're there, the atmosphere and the tradition in Eugene are unrivaled in the United States and has few peers anywhere else in the world. Second, I'd like to say we can do this. We can do this. At the 2008 Olympic trials, as well as at the 2012 Olympic trials, we sold out 8 consecutive days for a total of 173,000 tickets. We sold it out. And tens of thousands of more people filled the fan zones just outside the stadium. The atmosphere is always electric in Eugene. And guess what? We will sell out every event in 2019 as well. Through these World Championships, we want to reignite the passion that was on display at the 1984 and the 1996 Olympic Games. The track and field competitions at those games, as you all know, created some of the most endearing heroes, like IAAF Hall of Fame members Dan O'Brien, Michael Johnson, and the great Jackie Joyner-Kersee. As the host, we will also introduce American fans to your global superstars as well. We know we can achieve this vision, and we can also launch a new era for our sport globally, only if you, each one of you, grant us, the U.S., that opportunity. So in closing, the USOC, we need you to know, is working very closely with the government to guarantee easy access to the U.S. for the entire IAAF family. So here's Larry Probst, the USOC president and IOC member, to express his support.
Dear President Diak, dear friends, the United States Olympic Committee fully backs this bid. We believe in the greater mission of elevating the sport to new heights in the United States and around the world. We pledge that the entire IAAF family will be welcomed and admitted to the United States. I thank you for your support, and I look forward to welcoming you to Eugene in 2019.
President Diak, honored members of the IAAF Council, I would like to start by emphasizing that USA Track and Field and TrackTown USA enjoy a seamless partnership with strong support from the United States Olympic Committee. In fact, we have so much confidence in TrackTown USA, our board of directors unanimously passed a resolution for USA Track and Field to invest multi-million dollars into the bid for the Eugene Championships. But today, our team stands before you on behalf of the entire United States to declare our desire, our duty, and our honor to bid for these championships. This bid of the United States of America is a countrywide campaign to host your championships and elevate athletics to its rightful prominence in our nation. Our partners reflect the importance of this bid to America. Along with the state of Oregon, the resource-rich foundation of the University of Oregon, NBC, and the United States Olympic Committee are fully committed to our vision. Our host broadcasters, NBC, and Manolo Romero are committed together to make the IAAF World Championships in Eugene the most innovative broadcast ever. And that will greatly enhance the commercial potential of this event and our sport in the #1 commercial market in the world. Having the World Championships on U.S. soil will expose American executives to some of the world's largest companies to athletics, giving us an opportunity to build a new generation of corporate partners, both in the United States and globally. In partnership with Dentsu AMS, we will develop a 5-year marketing plan with a threefold objective. First, to help fund the organization of a world-class event. Our second objective would be to help seed the growth of track and field in the United States through USA Track and Field. And our third objective would be to strengthen the global development of athletics through our support of the IAAF. Together, as Stephanie said, we can usher in a new era of global growth for track and field by creating a broader fan base and a new economic engine for the sport. And let me just conclude with one very important point for all of us to consider. The United States ranks as the most influential sports marketing economy in the world. And with the support of NBC's cutting-edge broadcast, of our full stadium of passionate fans, this opportunity goes far beyond the confines of Eugene. In fact, we have no doubt that the IAAF championships will enable us together to capture for athletics a greater share of the powerful market than we've ever had before. We believe that American companies already invested in sport will want to migrate to the global stage as new partners for you. As our team has said, we want to do this, we can do this, and now here's Michael to walk you through our plan.
Thank you, Max. You've heard that we want to do this. Now please allow me to share with you how we plan to do this. Large sporting events are nothing new to Eugene. We are a community that hosts 60,000 people in Autzen Stadium 6 times a year for University of Oregon football games. Our plan is compact and convenient. If you place a 5-kilometer circle around the plan, you will enclose 90% of our facilities and 100% of our venues. As Vin said, Hayward Field, the centerpiece of our bid, is being fully renovated and expanded from its current capacity of 10,000 seats to a new state-of-the-art venue with 32,000 seats for your championship. Everything in the new stadium will be innovative and state-of-the-art, from the medical clinic to the media tribunes, and VIP hospitality suites will enhance the overall experience. Now, please let me give you an overview of the organizational plan that we submitted in our materials. The Athletes Village, number 3, surrounds Hayward Field to the north and the east, but I'll come back to that in a moment. As number 4 shows, we are building a fan festival and Market Street in the space directly behind the new West Stands to draw the public into a celebration of our sport. Number 8, our VIP hospitality space is right next door as well, located in a brand new building overlooking the fan festival. Our main accreditation center, number 5, will occupy part of the Night Law Center, a proven facility we've used for many events, including the World Junior Championships. Our International Broadcast Center and Host Broadcast Compound, number 9, sits just south of Hayward Field. Our main media center, number 7, is just west of the stadium in the Student Tennis Center. Our volunteer headquarters, number 6, is located in MacArthur Court. We have proposed that your Congress and Council meetings will be hosted at Matthew Knight Arena, a state-of-the-art center of sport and entertainment with an alternate option at the Eugene Hilton. And we'll host the opening ceremony of your Congress on the university's Memorial Quad and in the Schnitzer Museum of Art, located on number 1 on the map. Now let's take a closer look at the amenities of the Athletes Village, which will be housed in the fully renovated and new residence halls on the beautiful University of Oregon campus. To make it easy for your athletes to meet with their family and friends and to allow them to be celebrated by the spectators, we're positioning the International Plaza in the park adjacent to Hayward Field. The Village will be characterized by the inspiring environment of one of America's most beautiful college campuses. For all the athletes, Village life is going to be comfortable, relaxing, and as you can see, a very easy walk to the competition venue. The competitive experience in the new stadium will be world-class in every respect. And yes, we will have the hammer throw in the infield. Please note that the warm-up track will be located just south of Hayward Field, now shown on the left of your screen. For your accommodations, we have the capacity and the ability to comfortably host the IAAF family, all of the teams, the media, and the spectators in 2019. As our bid book stated, and as the Evaluation Commission has reported, I'm sure, we absolutely have the capacity to accommodate all of your client groups in the appropriate style and level of comfort. For the IAAF family, we are dedicating 6 hotels, including 3 new 4-star properties. This combination gives an effective cluster of quality rooms and excellent service. We'll place your Congress delegates in a new 735-room property, which is being built right across the street from Matthew Knight Arena, where your Congress will be held. 1,856 media rooms will be available at hotels and a new apartment complex, which will function as a media village. Finally, and most importantly, we will provide 4,145 beds for your teams on the University of Oregon campus, all of which will be completely new or renovated rooms. Transportation is equally efficient in Eugene, thanks to the compact nature of our plan and an effective network of highways and streets. No single commute for any client group is longer than 15 minutes. That's a brief overview of our plan, which will provide an extraordinary atmosphere for your athletes and a tremendous experience for everyone. Thank you.
We have a very ambitious plan, and those ambitious plans never happen without a great partnership. So and now we have 2 people who have exemplified Oregon's great tradition of public and private partnerships. First, Secretary of State of Oregon, Kate Brown, the 2nd highest ranking official in our state, is here to introduce a message from our governor of the state of Oregon. And after Secretary Brown speaks, Paul Weinhold, the president of the University of Oregon Foundation, will speak about the guarantee for Hayward Field and the university residences. Let me add that Mr. Weinhold manages a $1 billion worth of assets for the University of Oregon Foundation. Kate?
Thank you, Vin. President Diak, ladies and gentlemen, I have a very simple message for you today. My presence here, on behalf of the governor, is an indication of our strength, of our commitment to your championships. Our administration plans to fully orchestrate the support of our legislature to make your event as successful as possible, as the governor himself will tell you.
Ladies and gentlemen of the IAAF Council, I very much regret that I could not break away from my responsibilities here in Oregon to be with you in Monte Carlo today. But we have sent Oregon Secretary of State Kate Brown to represent our state government and me personally in our commitment to you. I hope that each and every one of you has had the opportunity to meet our Secretary of State. I'm glad that I did have the opportunity to meet with Lord Coe and members of your Evaluation Commission while they were in Eugene just a few weeks ago. As I told them then and tell you now, track and field is in Oregon's DNA and ranks as the most popular sport in our state. So when Eugene or Portland decides to bid for a major sports event, they know they're going to have the support of Oregon's state government. And that's why I've recorded this message, to assure you that my personal commitment to this bid is both clear and substantial. I have committed to use all the means at my disposal to deliver the financial support needed for the championships. I plan to support specific bipartisan legislation that I believe will generate as much as $40 million to directly support the championships. But support for your World Championships is not limited to Oregon alone. We will also have the full support of the White House as well, and I have personally reached out to President Obama. You have my commitment that if you honor us with your championships, the state of Oregon will stand strong with TrackTown and USATF to ensure that you have the financial wherewithal and the state services essential to your success. Thank you.
Now let me wrap up with one final point. Since I am here on behalf of the entire state of Oregon, let me add another dimension to our qualifications as your host in 2019. As Vin said, our weather in August is fabulous. Our state offers some of the most breathtaking scenery and most gracious hospitality in the country. From our magnificent snow-covered peaks to our lush vineyards and our majestic coastline, the IAAF and all of your guests will discover one of the most delightful natural environments to tour, both before and after the championships. Our state motto is, "She flies with her own wings." May your athletes soar and find their own wings in Oregon. Thank you. Paul?
President Diak, ladies and gentlemen of the council, let me assure you that the financial guarantees that you require are in place for the World Championships in 2019 in Eugene. As president of the University of Oregon Foundation, it is my honor to confirm that the foundation will serve as the guarantor for the World Championships and TrackTown USA against any budgetary shortfall. As you know, the foundation served this same role with the World Juniors this past summer and is serving this role with the World Indoor Championships in Portland in 2016. In addition to the foundation's guarantee, the University of Oregon has launched a $2 billion campaign. Part of that campaign is to renovate Hayward Field, to take Hayward Field from a historic venue to a cutting-edge, world-class track and field venue. We will also be renovating a much-needed renovation of our residence halls, which will serve as your athletes' village. To be clear, the University of Oregon and the foundation are unified in our financial commitment to a successful World Championships in 2019. From a budget perspective, I am fully confident that our expense and revenue budget is accurate, it is doable, and fully achievable. And let me just say that it would be an incredible honor for the University of Oregon, with TrackTown USA, the state of Oregon, and USA Track and Field to welcome you and the world's greatest athletes to Eugene and to our campus. Thank you.
As you'll see in our bid and all of the comments that we have here today, our athletes form the center of everything we do and every decision that we make. In a few minutes, you're going to hear from legendary Allyson FELIX, who will speak about the unrivaled athlete experience offered in Eugene. And the great Hicham El Guerrouai will speak in a few minutes about the international perspective of competing at Hayward. But first, before they speak in person, I'd like to introduce you to a video that speaks to the magic of the place we call Hayward Field.
I'm Ashton Eaton, three-time IAAF world champion. You just can't get a place with a crowd that understands what you're doing, like Hayward Field. Of all the places I've been, there's none that compare with the rhythmic clap of Hayward Field. You just get unbelievably motivated. And any injury, any setback that you've had, they all just kind of disappear, and there you are on the red starting line, beautiful green grass, and you're just ready to roll. And I think when somebody says, oh, there's magic here, in your mind you think, man, I just don't get it, doesn't make sense. Maybe there is, maybe they're just saying that. I had that feeling until 2012, 600 meters to go in the 1500 meters, the last event in the decathlon. And I heard the clapping and heard the yelling. I saw people's hands slapping the side of the East Grandstand on the backstretch. At that point, I absolutely knew I am feeling the magic. Like, this is the magic. With 400 meters to go, I was 2 seconds behind the pace I was supposed to hit to break the world record. And as soon as I heard that on the intercom, I thought, no big deal. Like, I have this. This is no problem. And it was all because of the crowd.
And the world record within his grasp. Here he comes to the home straightaway, and the crowd is urging him on. And he's kicking hard for the finish. Ashton Eaton sprinting for the line, trying to set the world record. And here he is across the line. He's got it!
I feel like I'm doing it not just for myself, but for everybody who's there. And it is the easiest to do that at Hayward Field. For the longest time, I thought, why hasn't a major event like this been hosted here? Not for the sake of just having the event, but because every athlete deserves to have that experience that Hayward Field gives them. Let me put it this way. If you have any dreams in your athletic career, Hayward Field will be the place that they can be made. You have no better chance anywhere else for your athletic dreams to be made than at Hayward Field.
I've experienced that magic Ashton is talking about many times. Now let me tell you how it started for me. As a young girl, I watched the Atlanta Olympics, the thousands of camera flashes, the blur of the gold shoes, Michael Johnson's celebration after setting the world record. I wanted to inspire the world like that, but I drew more than just inspiration from that broadcast. I drew life, my life. Our sport needs that kind of inspiration again in the United States. Young people in the US need to see the possibilities and the beauty of track and field that you can only produce with a World Championship or Olympic Games. They need to see track and field as a pathway to a global stage, or they'll turn away, as so many already do, to other sports. Putting your event in Eugene will launch a revolution of running, throwing, and jumping in our country. And it will provide an unrivaled experience for your athletes, a world championship worthy of the greatest IAAF traditions. When I heard Eugene was finally bidding for the IAAF World Championships, I said to myself, it's about time. It's about time we have a chance to introduce the greatest athletes in the world, the men and women we compete against, to the heart and soul of our tradition. It's about time we have a chance to show the world that Americans love their sport too. It's about time we have a chance to welcome the world to Eugene, to give every single athlete good enough to make it to the Worlds a world-class experience in every way. That's what Eugene does, and that's what Eugene will do. We're going to make sure that every race and every event is unforgettable, that every moment lives up to the athlete's dreams. This past month, Ashton Eaton and I accepted the positions of co-chairs of the Eugene 2019 International Athletes Advisory Council. We will ensure that the conditions and services provided by Eugene 2019 are uncompromising and world-class in every respect. As I said, I'm here because this is important to my country and to my sport. We want the Worlds in Eugene. We want to extend America's finest track and field hospitality to you. Thank you. Hicham?
Honorable President Lamin Jack and honorable members, I am honored to be here as a representative of international athletes. Now, please allow me to speak in French. L'auteur choisit toujours précieusement le lieu de son histoire de la même manière qu'il choisit ses héros. En effet, Pour ceux
those of us
d'entre nous qui ont
who
lu
have read Harry Potter,
Lord of
Lord
the
of the Rings,
ou même Les Misérables,
or The
ont été sûrement
Misérables,
marqués par
they
l'histoire
have certainly been
que par le
inspired
contexte
by the
et lieu de
histories
l'histoire.
and by the context of this
Par
history
ricochet,
and the place of this
nous
history.
considérons que l'histoire d'un événement
And
sportif
therefore,
est
we
toujours
want to
liée au
consider
lieu
that
de
the
son
history
déroulement.
of a sports event is always linked to the place
La
where
première
it
fois où
takes
je me
place.
suis rendu à
The first
Eugene,
time I went to Eugene,
il y a de cela plusieurs
several
années,
years ago,
j'ai pu sentir
I could feel
et vivre des
and
moments
live
très forts
very strong
et
and profound
profonds avec
moments
ce lieu.
in this place.
Cet endroit est mythique, m'a
This
fait vaciller,
magnificent place has
m'a fait
thrilled
voler
me,
et m'a permis de caresser
made
ce
me
septième
fly,
ciel
and
que
made me
tout
caress the
athlète
seventh heaven,
rêve d'y toucher
which
dans
every
ses
athlete
courses.
dreams of touching during his races.
Honorables membres,
Honorable members,
personne ne peut
nobody
nier
can deny
le lien que les
the link
États-Unis
the
ont avec le
United
sport
States of America
et
have
moins
with
encore
sports, and this
Eugene,
even
où
more
l'athlétisme
so
est
in
vécu comme
Eugene,
une
where
religion.
athletes is lively,
En effet,
is lived like a religion.
les pages d'or de l'histoire de
In
cette
fact,
belle
the
ville
golden pages
sont
of history
écrites de
of this
l'athlétisme.
beautiful city have been written in track and field.
En un mot,
In one
Eugene
word,
est la
Eugene
Mecque de l'athlétisme.
is the Mecca of track and field.
Honorer Eugene par l'organisation de ces
Granting
championnats du
Eugene the honor
monde
of
où
organizing
tout le
these
monde
World
sera à l'honneur,
Championships where the whole world will be
c'est
honored
aussi enrichir son
means
histoire
enriching
et la
its
marquer
history
par des lettres de
and grant
noblesse.
grant nobility to
Les
it.
athlètes auront la chance de vivre ces
The
moments
athletes will
forts
have the chance
que
of
je viens
living
de
very
vous
strong and
décrire.
emotional moments which I have just
Le
described to
public
you.
aura,
And the public will
aura
have an
l'occasion de
opportunity
soutenir et
to
applaudir
applaud
fort
those
les
athletes
athlètes
and
tout
to
en
give
vivant
them
de
all
leurs
their
rêves
support,
olympiques.
those athletes who are dreaming
Mes
of the
chers
Olympic
amis,
Games. Dear
le
friends,
sportif rêve toujours de partager les
sportsmen and
moments
women are always
forts
dreaming of
et
sharing
fabuleux avec
those
son public.
strong and fabulous moments with their
Je suis
public,
certain
the spectators.
Eugene,
And I'm sure
je veux
that
dire les
Eugene,
États-Unis,
I mean to say the
mérite
United
d'organiser
States,
cet événement
do
mondial
deserve to
qui ne s'est
organize this
malheureusement
world
jamais
event,
déroulé sur ces
which
terres.
unfortunately has never taken place
Le peuple
on
américain,
American soil.
qui
The
est
American
passionné par
people
l'athlétisme,
feels passion for
est prêt à
athletics,
accueillir
and
le
they
monde
are
entier
ready to welcome the
sur
whole
ces
world
terres
on their
pour
soil in
célébrer
order
cet
to
instant magique.
celebrate this magic
Merci
moment.
pour votre attention.
Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Hicham. Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen, I know you have read our documents. I know you've listened to us tell our story for the last 30 minutes. So really, what is the takeaway? The United States promises today to deliver to you an unbelievable world championship in a state-of-the-art facility with the latest technological advances available to mankind. The stars are aligned, so please permit just a few comments from the heart. Every bid is going to be anchored in a host city. The best bids tell a compelling story that aligns history and aligns tradition and aligns the aspirations of their city with the future of their sport. If we've been successful in our presentation today, then you know that Eugene will host a championship rooted in your values, in your principles, and in your dreams. Our story is local because Eugene's track and field tradition is rooted in Oregon soil. But our story is actually a lot more global than it is local. The timing for 2019 is perfect to bring the IAAF championships to the United States for the very first time. If you decide to send your championships to the United States today, in a place, in a town that holds the heart and soul of the sport of track and field, then your decision will be groundbreaking and it will be global. The repercussions of your decisions will drive out of Monte Carlo and signal a new era in the sport of track and field. Your decision will finally crack open the U.S. markets to our sport. Of course, our nation will be the first to benefit. Yes, we're going to reignite America's passion for track and field. We are going to produce broadcast innovations that amass an unprecedented audience for athletics in the United States and across the globe. Yes, as you've heard today, we're going to inspire a next generation of young people who love our sport. And yes, as the Commission noted, we will leave a legacy of rebuilt tracks in urban centers. We will also partner with the IAAF in your commitment to sustainability, just as we did for the World Junior Championships this year in Eugene. And yes, as Max outlined a few minutes ago, we will draw new corporate partners to the United States and essentially to around the globe as they go with you arm in arm throughout the world. President Diak and our global stewards of our sport, our story is really your story. We want to do the same thing as you do. Our team wants to partner with the IAAF for a stronger future for the sport of track and field here and across the globe. In TrackTown, USA Track and Field, in our government, in the United States Olympic Committee, NBC, you have an alignment of partners who can help you accomplish our collective vision to grow our sport, to grow the greatest sport in the world. This alignment has never been more timely than it is now. It's time to introduce our heroes and your heroes to our nation, like Allyson and Ashton and Hicham, and they will inspire young people to take up our sport and to stay completely interested and immersed in it. The timing for the World Championship in the United States, President Diak, has finally arrived. We have much to achieve together. Destiny is calling us. America is waiting. Eugene is ready. Let's tell our story together. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and we are ready for your questions.